Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scob channel. Here we are with some more Dwarf Fortress for you here. When we last left off, if you remember, we had just sort of set up the very bare minimum basics of our fort. We'll go through that. We have this sort of cool underwater entryway that goes underneath this river. I actually have a lot of plans for that underwater entryway that will hopefully come to fruition if it freezes in the winter. We'll get more to that later. We've got the beginnings of a cool sort of entryway defensive structure. I'm hoping at some point, if you see the X, to build some walls here and then here so we can really funnel stuff. And then this whole area over here can become our, playing grounds. We can build some bridges up here, down here, really control the access. We've got our basic stockpile here. This will expand hugely as this game goes on. We got a farm going, pretty good. Not sure what I'm going to use these areas for quite yet. I haven't decided if I want to put my crafts areas here. I'm leaning towards it because it would be easy to dig out, and that would be very advantageous for us in getting a quick start. Down here we've got a great hall and it's some dormitories, and that, my friends, is it. It's bituminous coal. When we get to forging, we'll have to get a lot of coal because it makes things go a lot more quickly. But for now, that's for later. Okay, let's do some planning. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's use what we got. So what is this here? This is clay. And what is this here? Is this also clay? Yeah, so let's dig out this loam area because we're gonna want this fire clay to be for clay. And let's get some crafts areas going. Now, the thing I love about this game so much is the planning. You can just do a huge amount of planning on what you want here. What we want is a big old area, a nice hall where we can put some workshops together. So up here, we are gonna have our stone workshops. We're gonna have 2 mason workshops to start and a mechanics shop. And then up here, we're gonna have a big stockpile. And by putting this stockpile here, we'll be able to control what kind of stone goes into the construction here. That way we can set it to be economic stone, valuable stuff. Over here, I am gonna put some crafts dwarves workshops. And then we can put all kinds of stuff in this stockpile over here. Just all kinds of crazy stuff that's gonna be valuable for cool constructions. Now down here, we are gonna put our carpentry. We're gonna have 2 carpenters' shops, a little too much, and a bowyer. And then also over here, we're gonna have some wood. Now you don't need to do this. You don't need to have it be this sort of complicated area, but I like it. I like the way it looks. And then we're going to future-proof this. Over here on the other side, we are going to have our jewelry making area. Jewelry and gems is hugely profitable for a fortress. We are not going to be able to produce all of the things we need, so we're going to need some money coming in, and jewelry is going to do that. Down here, we're going to save, because I don't know what's going to go in there. Okay. While this is happening, we are going to have our carpenter's workshop make some wheelbarrows, because wheelbarrows are really important for quickly transporting things. Put an armor stand in there accidentally. A while ago in one of the updates to Dwarf Fortress, they decided that it didn't make sense for dwarves to haul things universally quickly. And I agree. It doesn't make sense for a dwarf to haul a platinum statue that weighs 300 pounds as quickly as they would haul a sack full of seeds. So they changed it, and now you have to have wheelbarrows. You can also have mine carts. I've actually never experimented with mine carts. It's complicated. I feel like it's a little too restricted in where things go. But that's all right. We will, maybe we'll screw with that a little later. I saw this video online of this guy who had made a shotgun mechanism with a minecart and a bunch of used gold crafts. That was pretty nuts. I've never pulled off anything close to that. That would be really interesting to try to do something like that. He used it for defending against goblin sieges. The way he did it is he set it up so they all had to go down this one sort of channel, and then he had the minecart set to fire this gigantic cavalcade of gold crafts down at the goblins. And because this is an amazing game with incredible systems, the physics of the game were set in a way that things were just obliterated. I think that's awesome. We want there to be 3 maximum wheelbarrows in this furniture stockpile so that they can move things quickly. Everything else can take their time. All right, we're getting there. We're not quite ready to move things in yet. However, we are ready to start setting up some stockpiles. So we want gems to be in here. And we want specifically, this is an amazing game. If you were looking to get organized, play this game. We want specifically rough gems and nothing else in that stockpile. Good. This is going to be another one of those episodes where a lot of dwarves do nothing because they're trying to do everything. We got some food coming in, and I think it's time to start setting up our kitchens. Now we're going to need a distillery. Eventually we are going to need way more than just one distillery, but for now we can deal with one. We're going to need a butcher's shop, and while we're at it, we are going to build a bit of a charnel house in here for our butcher's shop. Basically, you want an area where you can stick remains. Eventually, we are going to want an area to stick remains where we won't have to worry about them, but that's for later. Okay, and we want a stone stockpile here. This is going to make a lot of things a lot more easy. We want 4 maximum wheelbarrows here because stone, if you remember from last time, is very heavy. Now, what kind of stone? We want exclusively economic ore here. That's the only thing we are going to be making items out of. That's it. I remember the key shortcuts. And we're going to build our mason workshops out of limestone, and then we also have our mechanics workshop, which is T. This whole game is played on keyboard. There are mouse settings, and in fact, the mod pack I have does include those mouse settings. But I learned how to play the game on keyboard. I'm going to play it on keyboard. That's where I'm coming from. And it's not that complicated. This is a cool game. You should play it. It's not that complicated. Seriously. All right, we're moving the wheelbarrows in, and we're moving the stone in. We're still not cut with our carpentry area down here, but we can continue to set up stockpiles. Wood, max wheelbarrows 4, because wood is heavy. Also, not quite as heavy as stone. I'm gonna build a door here. Oh no. We only built 1 door, and we need that for our dormitories. We're going to build the door, meow, and then we are going to set these beds as bedrooms, and they are dormitories. Dwarves need to sleep. A lot of this game is trying to maximize your dwarves' happy thoughts. If a dwarf is happy, it works very fast, and it doesn't go berserk and kill people. If a dwarf is unhappy, it works slower, and it potentially does go berserk and kill people. Fast work good, berserk kill bad. Pretty explanatory. Giving a dwarf a bedroom and allowing it to sleep on a bed will make it a lot happier than if it has to sleep on the floor. That's just kind of common sense, right? You would be happier if you slept in a bed as opposed to sleeping on a floor. Getting a dwarf to sleep in its own bed as opposed to a dormitory will make it very happy. But these bitches are going to have to wait for that because we don't have the resources to pull off anything similar. Okay, we are going to break down these workshops now because we don't need them here anymore. All of them. We're going to wait for the mechanics workshop because this dude just started to build some mechanisms, and we're going to wait for the wheelbarrows to be finished there. Can't construct item. Blocking building site. Oh. Well, you're just going to have to fix that. Oh, I see what happened. Stop. it counted the rock there as being used, and therefore that dwarf was like, I don't know nothing about building no chair on no rock, sir. I don't think dwarves are British, but that one was. And we are done with those wheelbarrows, so we can move that. We are building our way towards being totally locked inside this fortress, which is what we want. We don't want to be outside. Outside bad, inside good. Outside things that kill you, like carp and giant mosquitoes, gross. Inside good, less things that kill you. Eventually there will be tons of stuff on the inside that'll kill you. Just you wait. Wait till we start digging down. Perhaps too deeply and too greedily. But for now, things inside good. Okay. Now that we have these carpentry workshops up, we can start building some more wheelbarrows, because we are going to need a shit ton of these things. We are also going to build... What do we need? You know what? It's never too early to start building some bins. Where are the bins? Bins. There they are. Bins just hold other items. They make storing things a lot more easy. Good, summer's on the calendar. Wonderful. So now we can set these again. What did we have here before? We had, in the spring, we had dimple cups and we had plump helmets. So we're gonna do, oh, we're out of seeds for that. So we're gonna do cave wheat and pigtails. There we go. How's our food supply doing? 7 meat, 10 fish, 50 plant, 50 drink, 40 seeds. We might make it. We might make it to the first frickin' trade caravan that comes through. Oh, I see what's happening. Nope, we're gonna shut you down. Sorry, buddy. You're not needed. Speaking of trade caravans, let's get one up real quick. You need a trade depot in order for things to happen. We are gonna put it... Nope, we're gonna wait till we've knocked down this stuff so that we can put the depot closer to our door. That's gonna make it slightly more defensible, although defensible is not a word that is in existence right now. We need that mason to go do mason things, so we're gonna stop telling him to do other stuff. And it looks like our mason workshops are not quite up yet. Meh. Knowing what things look like and don't look like are a big part of this game. One that I am clearly not up to speed to. It's been a while since I've played Dwarf Fortress. I sort of go through kicks. You know, I'll play a bunch and then I'll stop playing for a while. We'll build 2 more tables and 2 more chairs also, and then we need rock mechanisms. Mechanisms allow you to build traps. And at this point in the game, when you do not have a military, you need traps, because things are going to try to get inside, and you don't want them to. We haven't heard from anything yet. We've only encountered dwarves. We haven't encountered kobolds or goblins or anything horrible like that. So we're going to hold off. Why is someone not getting rid of this carpenter's shop? Let's take a look at our jobs list here. Destroy building, inactive. What are people doing? Oh, they're eating and they're storing items in stockpiles. To be fair, like we told them to. It's all right. All right. So we've got a bit of a craft area set up. We've got our stockpiles set up. We've got a farm going. We've got some planting. We've got a food store. Let's think about where to go next. Now, do we want to start really future-proofing this place, or do we want to start digging and preparing and maybe even doing some forging? I do not know. I kind of want to wait for the next, or first rather, migrant wave to come in before really going whole hog on anything. And I really want to wait until we have enough traps before we really go anywhere else. How are we doing on that? Not well. This guy is focusing on doors first. That's okay. We need a door also. We need a door here because we are going to put refuse behind it. And if you put refuse behind something that's not a door, it starts to get gross. Really gross. And then it spreads this big purple cloud called miasma. And that's actually pretty cool. For now, that's fine. All of our stuff can go there. This stockpile over here by the Craft Dwarves Workshop. Eventually we're going to put bones in there. We're going to put shells. There's going to come a point, assuming we don't get wiped out in our first year, that we just start trying to produce everything. Literally everything and anything we can possibly produce. And we're going to need a lot of stuff for that. So we're going to want to keep it in one place. That dude is currently building wheelbarrows, so I can't be too mad at him for not taking down this carpenter's workshop up here. What must life be like for these dwarves? You know, I think about that a lot while playing this game. Like, you're a dwarf, and they say, all right, go out and build a fortress. And you have basically the clothes on your back and not much else with which to do it. Whew, what a life. I mean, this first wave, these are useful people. These are people we specifically picked to be helpful in the construction of this fortress. But the people who are going to start showing up for this job are not. Just you wait. Just you wait for these migrants to show up. All right, we really need that carpentry workshop to be taken down. How are we doing? We got one more wheelbarrow and 3 more bins. That's okay. Let's start digging. We want to see what we got here. So we're going to dig a big shaft down. Heyo, those are the jokes. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 levels down. Because we want to see what's up here. We want to see if there's any underground caverns that we can exploit / hide from. We want to see if there's any metals that we are going to mine / not be able to properly put to use yet because we don't have a forge set up. And we want to see if there's anything else nasty waiting for us under there. And we also want to build a trade depot. Let's build it right here. It's going to be made out of logs. Eventually, we're going to want to have a nice metal trade depot made out of some really complicated and valuable mineral. Maybe gold, maybe platinum if we get it. So that way, if and when we get visited by some fancy schmancy hoity-toity dwarves, they'll come in and they'll be like, oh, look at the trade depot. It's made out of fucking gold. And then they'll give me money. Because that's how this game works. Are we digging? Not yet. People are probably asleep right now. It is good that we have flux. That means we'll be able to build steel. It is good that we have bituminous coal. That means we'll be able to do a lot of things more easily than if we didn't. It kind of makes me feel like we want to set up a forge right here, right now. What do you think about that? Nope, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We don't even have a fully functional farm yet. We don't even have enough to start brewing drinks yet. We're gonna hold. How we doing here, boys? What are we all doing? Let's do a check. Storing item in stockpile, constructing rock mechanisms, taking care of a yak. Such is life in Blossom Blisters. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That was quick. We have discovered an expansive cavern deep underground. Cool. I mean, that is what we kind of wanted. It's right there. Oh boy, what do we got? Just what do we got right away? We have marble, that's good. We have some more gems. Tetrahedrite, not that helpful. Malachite, not that helpful. We're really looking for hematite or lingite. Oh, that goes down quite far. Sphalerite, again, not that helpful. Woof! Me oh my. Yep, that's a pretty expansive underground cavern. Oh, but if my eyes do not deceive me, no, that's galena. Thought it was silver. It's galena. Galena's alright, but it's no silver. It goes deep, my friends. It goes very, very deep. We haven't even seen any sort of surface yet. Oh, gosh. Okay, and then there's finally some water. Jeez. What is that? This is 35 Z levels down, and we finally get to some water. What is this? Giant cave spider silk web. Bat remains. A troll. Oh boy, we've bitten off a little more than we can chew at this early stage. The first thing we are going to do is halt all further digging until we're ready for it. And we'll probably have to go around because I'm not confident in our ability to go through that. Where are we here? This is an up-down stairway, and it exits into the void. So, my friends, we're going to come back next time. We are going to wall up this area because we don't want anything nasty flying up at us. Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're actually going to build a floor over it. We're going to build a limestone floor over this staircase so that nothing can fly out of the underground and lay havoc to our fort. We're going to come back next time. We're going to set up some traps. We're going to maybe build a bridge. We're going to wait for some migrants and some trading. We're going to have a good time. Like, comment, and subscribe to the Scob channel if you like what you see. If you don't, do it anyways. See ya!